Yes! Let's go! Yes! Yes! Oh! Yes! Yes, dude! Let's go! Oh, okay. 2009 on this. Let me just search Epsilon. Here we go. 2000 plus 510 plus 166 plus some other attempts for sure. So 2000, 9 plus 510 plus 166. So this attempt count is really just something I'm going to be putting in the description so that I have something to put in that blank. Because I've gotten copies of this from forever ago. I mean, probably over a year ago now, of like the base gameplay and like this being done, just kind of like to play around, right? Okay, so 2685. I also had my game stop responding, so I had to force close it, which may have meant I lost attempts. I have no idea. So 2685 is the number I'm going to be putting in the description. It's probably a little weirder than that, because a lot of this was playtesting. A lot of this was before some of the nerfs I made. They're very minor nerfs here and there, but some of the nerfs I made to the level. Some of that, and keep in mind too that I have played older versions of this level in the past. The copies of those I have deleted, right? So like I don't have those copies. So, you know, here, let me actually get the GD share thing so I can send it over to Bino here. But let's see. Oops, come on. You can do it. There we go. Hold up. Start positions are still in. Then upload. Yay. Okay. So yes. This level's fantastic. I love this level so much. It's... Bino's gameplay is always really interesting and clever. Like, all of Bino's gameplay is so clever. And this is no exception to that rule. I think this is one of Bino's best works all around. Deco-wise, gameplay-wise, everything. I love this level. This is so sick. So, I'll talk about the things I didn't like about the level, things I changed about the level, things I might have maybe wanted to change about the level, but kind of felt cheap to change. I don't know. We'll get into it. But, so the biggest thing, obviously, that last wave is ridiculously hard. It genuinely used to be harder. I made a few tiny nerfs to that last wave. Let me actually... I can go into the copy and show you. Let's do this thing that I always do. So, this slope right here used to be there. I moved that down. And this slope, this used to be there. I moved that down. Because otherwise you have to do this tiny little release regrab here, which I was not really getting consistent ever. And then obviously this slope was added just for the visuals of it. But I really didn't change much about this wave. Honestly, this is all left here. This I didn't change at all. This looks really terrifying. It's actually not that bad because you're coming off of the ground. You have a way bigger timing window. If you were coming down here, can you see my cursor? Maybe you can't. I don't know. In case you can. If you were coming like down here, I don't know why I picked a slope, whatever, then it would be a tough timing because you're falling past the window, but because you're kind of sliding here, you have a much bigger window here than you really think you do. And because there's no slope here, you get away with like one or two, maybe one more frame on the left side of that window. So that's not bad, that's not bad, that's not bad. We'll stay change. Let me go to layer fucking... okay, fine, I'll just go to preview mode. There we go. What else did I change? I'm trying to think. I didn't change these. This dash orb I might have wanted to make a tiny nerf to, but it got consistent to a point where I was like, fine, I can leave it, right? I'm good with that. It got consistent enough. It wasn't a major problem. My worst fill was 92, but it was to the first dash orb, which is kind of goofy because it's way easier than the second dash orb. The second dash orb's way harder, just because of the release timing being a little tighter, because you go down later and hit the spikes earlier, right? So that was tricky. I didn't die in here. I died to this dash orb release, which was stupid. And I died to hitting the first of these two black orbs too late, which was also kind of stupid. Did I make any other changes in this part? I think this part was left exactly the same. I don't think I changed the robot part one bit. Forever ago, there was a high hertz bug that I discovered and Bino fixed, but that's all taken care of now. This ship, I made a few tiny nerfs. This little thing I died to like 6 times from 0, and I died to it even once after I made the tiny nerf. But these saws used to be on grid. I moved these 2 saws in 2 tiny ticks, 2 of the 60th block ticks, and these saws. Where's the saw? There it is. These saws out 2 tiny ticks as well, which was just, I thought that was kind of like nice because that was really hard. This, where is it? This, I think it's this one maybe. It might be this one. The saw at 62, I moved down a tick because you were dying to it a lot. Because the spikes move up there, and you have to like just kind of hug the top of this, like, you have to hug the saw and the top spike wall to like get through, which is tricky. That's very tricky. So I nerfed that a little bit. I think I left this ship entirely the same. No big changes there. There were a few changes in here that I wanted to mention. There were 2 changes in this drop section that I made. One of them looks kind of goofy, but makes a ton of sense in my opinion. This spike is scaled to -1x size. If this was scaled normally, this blue orb is a 6 frame. With it scaled this way, it's a 7 frame, which doesn't seem like a big difference, but genuinely, once I nerfed this, I did not die to it once. Genuinely didn't, and there were definitely times where I could tell I got the 7th frame. So if it ever looks like you're going through this spike, that's because you might be, because this now dictates the right edge, the late edge of the timing window. So between this spike and this spike is 7 frames now, which it was just a little nicer because that 6 frame was pretty tight. This I could see giving people issues. I got it to a point where it was super consistent. Like I say, I didn't die to this once after I made the nerf, and I probably got here like 15 times since, maybe 20, maybe more. I don't know. I got here a lot, right? So I never died to that, which was nice. And then the other thing was I just moved. Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck are you? This down a quarter block, because before this timing was really brutal. The rest of this part I didn't change, and I don't think I changed anything about the beginning. Yeah, just some minor changes here and there. This is a really... Oh, no, I did make one change. I did make one change right here. I scaled this hitbox right here, which I probably can't really grab. No, whatever. You can see it, kind of. I scaled the hitbox of this block to -1 because you could like clip that and hit it, which wasn't in the layout version, but was in this version because the blocks like move a little bit, so just a tiny little fix. But yeah, this is a really, really, really fun level. I love how this turned out. I think it matches the song beautifully. I mean, song representation here, both gameplay and deco-wise, is fantastic. The sections with the Cuban robot at the drop where you're hitting your head, it's so fun. It's so fucking fun. I love that. The ship is a massive... The ship's kind of a nerve check. It's also kind of a skill check because it is a lot of genuinely tricky ship control stuff. Which is, it's not trivial. It's not a trivial part. I went into it kind of thinking, oh, I'll just get the ship down and then I'll basically just pass it every attempt. No, absolutely not. That ship part is difficult. There's some real genuine control there, and you have to learn the second half where the spike walls kind of move up and down. You have to learn where they move up and down, how they move, how fast they move. There's a lot of learning kind of nuance there too, so that part is not free. The robot at the end is kind of a nerve check and should probably have been free, but I died there fucking tons of times for who knows what reason. I got what did I get? I got 77 maybe twice? I want to say I got 77 twice. It might only been once. I know I got 87 and 89. No, 86 and 88. And 92, and then 97 twice, once before nerf, once after nerf. The time I died after the nerf was not even to the thing I nerfed, it was just to something else in the wave that I had never had trouble with. I've never had trouble with before. But yeah, this is very, very good. I highly recommend you all check this out whenever it's up on Bino's account. I'll have the ID in the description if it's not there yet. Keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, this was super fun. I'm so glad I got the opportunity to verify this. Thank you, Bino. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I just, like, please play this level. Especially if you like the song, you will like this level, because this level represents the song really, really well. I know Six Impala, some people aren't a huge fan. I love their stuff. Some of their stuff is great. Epsilon Love's a fantastic song. This level did a great job. Just a brilliant job. Absolutely love everything about it. Please go play this. I cannot give it last thing I want to say. I can't give a difficulty opinion on this. I have no idea how hard this is. This could be anywhere from like cyan to orange to your NLW, and I would believe you. I have no idea. Because this got super consistent because A, I was the verifier, B, I was making nerfs to the things that I found unfair, so I didn't have to deal with those, right? And C, I playtested this a bunch, right? I was like playtesting parts, making sure stuff worked. I didn't do a ton of playtesting, but like in an attempt to kind of nerf some things, you know, I did playtest this a bunch, and I had older versions of this, and I've watched this a bunch of times. So like, I have no idea how hard this is. Genuinely, I'm pretty confident it's probably yellow or orange NLW. And, you know, I could honestly see it being insane. I don't know. I have no idea. Not Insane Demon, Insane Tier NLW. This is not an Insane Demon. Yeah, so don't ask me for my difficulty opinion on this. I have no idea, but this was very, very fun. Please go play this. I'm going to cut the recording here now.